Erickson Covenant Church family, it's time for us to regather. As we well know, BC is in the stages of reopening. We are so thankful. Vaccinations are in hand, COVID numbers are going down, and we thank the Lord that we are moving out of this time of COVID. We as a church are also entering into a regathering stage, 3 stages in particular. As a leadership team, we met and have discerned the Lord's leading forward, and we want to share that with you. The very first stage of our regathering will be a time of reconnection, where during the months of June and July, but also moving forward, we want to begin hosting small groups, as we are allowed under the provincial health orders, small groups of us in backyards hosted by our leadership team, where we'll just have an opportunity to reconnect as a church family. So be prepared to receive an invite. And if you aren't getting an invite, please email connect@ericksoncovenant.ca. Reach out and let us know. We want everyone to be part of this regathering, of this time of reconnection. That's stage 1. But as we move further into the summer, and as the provincial health orders ease, as we're hoping and praying that they will, we'll be allowed to host larger groups, right? And so what we want to enter for stage 2 as a church is a time of refreshing, where we'll celebrate life together, where we'll focus on shared experiences with Jesus and with each other. We're looking at hosting things like day camps, barbecues, maybe a hike or 2. We're looking at offering some prayer retreats, just opportunities to celebrate life together as a church, to reconnect and be refreshed together as a family. Then, as we move into the fall, we'll begin to reimagine what it means for us as a church to be the Erickson Covenant Church together. That coming out of COVID, our life together might look a bit different now because of the things we learned, because of the things that God did on us through COVID. And so we get an opportunity to reimagine our life together as a church. We want to kick off that reimagine stage, that last or third stage. We want to kick that off with a church-wide retreat up at the harbor in Ryandale, where we'll gather together as a church. And then in the months that follow, October, November, toward Advent, where we're just going to spend time reimagining our life together as a congregation. These are the 3 stages of regathering for the Erickson Covenant Church: reconnect, refresh, and reimagine. I'm really excited about this. We need to get together. It's time for us to regather. Now, I know that some of you are probably immediately asking the question, yeah, but what about worship services? When are we going to do that? I want to speak directly to this because worshiping together, learning together is so important, which is why we were very intentional through COVID, bringing our services online, investing money and energy and expertise and time into offering church online in the best way that we possibly could. And we're so thankful for you participating in this way, for our teams who have made this possible. And so here's what we're doing. Through the summer months, as we start reconnecting, as we start refreshing, as we're spending more time together, we're going to continue to offer Erickson Covenant Church online just as we have been, available at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. on Sundays, and then available to watch afterwards from our website. But we're also then going to begin offering at the end of June some on-site services as well. We will follow the provincial health orders, which you need to know are at this point in the stage 1, stage 2 of the BC reopening plan. At this point, the provincial health orders for formal worship services are still quite restrictive. Masks are required. If it's an indoor service, you cannot take the mask off at any point in the service. You have to socially distance, and you can't visit before or after the service. And you're not even allowed to sing. Only one soloist can sing, and they can remove their mask at that point. One person can speak, and they can remove their mask. That person can at that point. We can have a limited number of musicians. But as you can well see, that's still pretty restrictive. When I've talked to you, the things that we've missed the most is corporate worship and being able to connect. And those are the 2 things that currently we wouldn't be able to do in a formal worship service. And yet, I know that gathering for a formal service, even under those restrictions, would be important for some of us. And so, for the summer months, we want to think of our services as parallel tracks. We'll have worship online, Erickson Covenant Church online, as we've been doing, and we'll offer some on-site services as well for those to whom that would be important. And then we'll look at a convergence of those two come fall. That in September 12th is our plan, we'll look at bringing things together as we then move forward as a community, where we'll be gathering, we pray and hope, in September, fully here in the building, but also continuing to offer services online for those to whom that would be the most helpful. Okay, there's a lot of details in there, but I wanted you to hear clearly that we are moving forward. We've discerned the Spirit's call, and we're excited about where we're going, because it is time for us to regather. So, where does that leave you? Or rather, what is the response that you need to make? Well, here it is. These things I've said, like having a barbecue or going on a hike or hosting a games night or offering a prayer retreat, all that. Well, I'm not the one who's going to be doing all that. We are. We as a community need to reconnect. We as a community need to be refreshed so that we can reimagine together what God has for us. And so as a community, I'm calling you to respond to this. Come out to the invitations. Issue some invitations yourself. Reach out to the leadership team and offer something. You have a particular talent or a place or something you'd like to host or initiate. As we open up through this summer, BC, we will be able to regather more and more, reconnect more and more as a church as well. And so I need you to be part of it. We need you to be part of it. Because Erickson Covenant Church, it's time for us to regather. I hope you're as excited about it as I am.